I'm Ahmad Al-Habshi, and I want to shape a world where skilled hands earn equal respect.
Hi, I'm Derek, and welcome to Vistas, Voices of Entrepreneurs, where we bring you fresh perspectives on entrepreneurship and career development. Join us as we get up close and personal with innovators shaping our future. Together, we'll uncover insights for the next generation, navigating through today's evolving career landscape. Today, I have Ahmad Al-Habshi, founder of Urban Salvation, with me. Ahmad, what's one surprising fact that the whole world does not know about you yet?
Funny story is, I do not know how to swim. But I've done wakeboarding, I've done skims, I've done whitewater rafting and everything. Yeah, everything that is with a vest, I will dare to do it. But if you ask me to swim, I cannot swim. I do not know how to really know how to do the strokes and breathe and all that.
We'd like to understand a bit more about you and your passion. And we want to kind of know, what is it about the key moments in your life that help you decide, yes, you want to be a furniture maker? I mean, it's not something that naturally is in the thoughts of many young kids. So we'd like to understand how that happened.
So it all started with me working from a corporate job. Going out of the corporate job, I tried working for a furniture shop. I worked there starting from coolie all the way to operations manager. I was up for GM, and then I didn't get it. It was fine with me, so I requested for a raise, and it became a big problem after that. All right, the new GM said your education doesn't justify the pay that you're asking for.
Okay, yeah.
And it was so painful to hear that. After going through so many jobs since as early as 16 years old, as early as 14 years old actually, from McDonald's all the way to corporate world, by the age of 22, to be a management in a 5-star hotel, I took that as a very painful statement. It pounded on me, and I consulted my parents, what I should do. They leave it up to me for whatever I choose, and they will try and support me.
Yeah, that's very supportive, very open-minded of them.
Yeah, especially my dad, my late dad, who just passed away last year. He was the one who truly shocked me sometimes. I chose to start on my own, right? I told them that I'm going to go back to school and study woodworking, right?
Okay.
But there was no school available to teach woodworking.
Okay, yes.
So what I did was I went to workshops around Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, China.
Just covering the whole region.
I was trying my best. So with whatever savings I have, right, traveled there to learn. It took me about 3 years, and then I came back and I told myself, I'm going to start my own workshop. First day, that I'm going to go and open up and ask for blessing from my mom and dad. They say, go to the storeroom and take out this chest. I say, why? What's wrong? It belongs to your great-grandfather.
Wow, what is this chest about?
What's inside the chest is actually all tools for woodworking. My forefathers was actually woodworkers also.
Okay.
Recently, I just got to know that my late dad used to work for a furniture shop. That's why he was so supportive of me trying to do my own, because he likes furniture. And most of our furniture at home is in solid wood.
You come from a family that is creative, passionate about working with their hands to make things.
Yes, they are.
Right.
My mom is the first person to teach me how to repair things. I learned most from changing hinges to door knobs, because we came from a low-income family. Right? Everything we had to do by our own. So my mom take care of the house. So she was the one who actually repairs most of the time. I was the one who got the opportunity to learn from her. From changing.
You can literally see it because she's doing it in front of you at home.
No, she's guiding me.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Mark, take the screw, use this is to tighten it. And I was like, what? My mom knows how to repair things. And it's like, oh, this is cool. So I didn't realize this until I become an adult, right? Because I was so playful. Now that I'm an adult, I became a father, right? All this is actually a lifelong story of how it all turned out.
In that determination of yours to venture forth, when did you then say, this is the right time to start Urban Salvation?
Evaluate myself first before I made that decision is by asking, what have I not done? I have done F&B, I have done logistics, I have done most of the job set is around there
Yeah.
as young as possible.
It's very obvious that you have very clear focus, and it sounds like you know what your goals are and you go forth to do it. Tell us, when you started Urban Salvation, what did you hope to accomplish?
It's all about work experience and the knowledge that I've gathered. I took a lot of courses such as ISC in logistics, in ITE, mechanical engineering, and so on. It helps me a lot in my current career. Any jobs that I have taken, it all comes with educations and experience, and actually looking for mentors, talking to experienced people or elderlies who have done this for years, and they will give you pro tips, right, where you need to get things done better, faster.
When you reached out to them and spoke to them, they were kind of giving you their insights and, in a sense, imparting their wisdom to you. And did you then say, oh, okay, given that I've learned so much, I now want to start my company?
Yeah.
So was that how it
That's
came
how
about?
it all came about. I want to make a big impact on social impact, right? Be it on sustainability, circular economy, right? For example, the design process that we have is to make sure that our source of furniture,
Right.
source of raw material, right, will last a long time. It's legally sourced,
Right.
The end of product is being taken care of. We teach how our customers to maintain it,
Okay.
right? So it's a whole process, being from design process. We make sure that it lasts, timeless, or there's an alternative use. For example, if it's a kitchen cabinet, it's too big, we make into half of each, right? That they can reuse again. They can be changed into a sideboard.
Right, okay. It's almost like a philosophy where you embrace the concept of sustainability.
Yep.
The circular economy, as you were talking about it. Help our audience understand, what's this whole idea of sustainable furniture?
We are well known for using reclaimed wood. We were using reclaimed pallets, reclaimed construction
Right.
materials. One of the biggest factor was that we used the wood from the old Parliament House renovation.
Wow.
We use reclaimed wood that we source for ourselves. That is furniture grade wood. Make sure that it's sustainable. Even if it's gonna be a plantation teak, we source it legally. I personally go and make sure. Derek, I'm
Yes.
gonna challenge you.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, this is a simple task for beginners
Right.
to do woodworking.
Okay.
Is to do serving boards.
You want me to trace an outline? I hope I'm doing my art
Yep, you're doing very well.
D&T teacher proud.
What we're gonna do next is actually move over to the bandsaw and try and cut the shit that you just traced out. So just try and cut and turn. Okay, turn. Okay, make it straight back.
And it still comes out not as good as the way you did it. So it's like, it's not just about the feel, it's about critically deciphering as well as gauging,
Yep.
and then feeling it at the same time and knowing how to adjust and adapt.
Yes.
Okay, wow, lots
Yeah.
of adaptive thinking I can see going on in just cutting a piece of wood for
Yep.
that one shape. How can I help?
This
What
is
am
the
I
last
doing
few
here?
steps, which is the staining process.
Okay.
For example, someone wants it to be a darker color wood, then you stain with color to match the theme of the house,
Okay.
theme of the area also.
Very clear precision again.
Yes, you have
just
to-
like cutting just now, I must make sure that all the colors that are light become a consistent dark.
Yeah. Don't be scared. You just have to do it and then learn from it and then do it again. Learn from it.
Learn from mistakes.
Yep.
Ahmad, I understand that, starting a furniture business and what with the limited resources, it's probably not that easy back then. I'm just wondering, what was the greatest doubt that you had back then when you thought you wanted to start this furniture business?
There was this one project where you actually I get to do a booth for a coffee event in F1 pit.
Quite exciting.
Yeah, it was. It was, if I'm not wrong, it was the second or the first coffee exhibition in Singapore. So what happened was that a company came up to me, a brand new company came up. Cold brew was a new thing in Singapore. So they asked me to do the cut and the backdrop of it. With a small deposit, all the funds moving out and in, right? You have very limited money left.
Yeah.
Right. So and that day it was a fasting month.
Oh,
and,
wow, okay.
It was actually the day that I left a few bucks with me just to pay for the transport. So when installing all done, we always cash upon delivery when we're doing a simple transaction. But she gave me a check instead. And it was really, really tough.
Yes,
and
I
I
can
only
imagine.
had two $1 coins left with me at the point in time.
How are you going to go back?
Isling. I still have my Isling, you know. We have planned for monthly kind of expenses.
Right.
So what happened was that with that two $1 coin, right, I bought soya bean. It was at Marina Bay area where it was under the bridge. There was this small bus depot. There was a vending machine for the bus drivers. So I sat there and I asked very tough questions to myself. It's so tiring, right, to go for this. And then what am I going to do? You know, money is always a problem. So are you sure you're going to do this? You came from hotel industry, entertainment industry, you know, advertising industry. When the money is strong and you don't have to really hustle your way out of a situation. So that point in time, it's always about, you know, self-actualization, thinking process, you know, how you determine the future and what you want to do.
Yep.
So what I did was I told myself, you know, that this is what I want to do. And it was the second year of my career. And, you know, thinking about it and breaking my fast with soya bean at the side of the road, I cried, you know, what have I become? What have I chose, you know? And then I asked myself, nobody forced me to do this. I choose this career, I choose this path. So who am I to stop myself? And I'm doing so great. This is just the thing that I'm going to do for the next balance of my life. You know, advocate for sustainability, advocate for, you know, making stuff with your hands, you know, and also trying to teach people how to do woodworking.
Right.
And that they can protect themselves so that they don't have to go through what I've gone through.
It also sounds like what we typically hear about how when you encounter moments of desperation, that actually is the breakthrough sometimes.
Yes, it
that
is.
gives you not just the inspiration, but also the strength to be able to forge ahead into an unknown, but you are committed to it. And it's really resilience and perseverance that you're demonstrating. Tell me, were there any inspiration or like someone that mentored you that helped you to then be able to continue to take Urban Salvation to where it is today?
Even though I self-taught and everything through YouTube channels, through trial and error, it all boils down to looking for... Self-taught can only reach you to a certain limit, right? You can be saying that you're good at this, but you have not seen the world yet, how other people judge you or, you know, how good you are on a professional level. So never settled at one. So what I did was I actually looked for mentors in Singapore, in Asia, abroad, you know, Malaysia, Thailand, Abu Dhabi, you know, the Gulf area, in China, learning. And from there, you know, you start to explore the world through other people's walks of life and how their mentality as entrepreneurs, as woodworkers, as master of a craft. And you absorb that, you know, and you grow bigger and you tell the stories to your apprentice so that they get inspired. They went out, you know, my apprentices are all over the place now.
Right, yeah.
Some are doing puppet making, some are doing stage, some are doing repairs, some are having their own woodworking shops also by themselves. So this is something that you embrace and enjoy. The works of, you know, how much you impart your knowledge and how it's been distributed properly.
I like that point. And here's another question for you. Based on what you've just described was the journey that you and Urban Salvation took. Is there then a place for formal certification?
I would say there definitely is because, you know, I just completed my diploma in furniture and spatial in Nanyang Academy of Fine Arts.
Okay.
I didn't stop there. To go bigger, we have to understand bureaucracy also. Even in furniture industry, even as a woodworker, we need to understand the political system works. We need to prove a point that we are certified, not just all talk, but on paper. Nobody can talk back and say, hey, this guy anyhow.
It's like a verification of who you are, who you stand for, and the skills.
Yes.
But you would also agree that really the learning doesn't get limited to just pursuing the certification itself.
Yeah.
And it's learning beyond the certification.
Yes. Challenge yourself to be better, to be bigger, to be stronger, to be healthier, and, you know, to be smarter. If you do not look for help, right, help will not come to you. It's to actually look for, you know, things to challenge yourself to be better at what you do.
Yeah, that's all about teaching you how to fish And not expect the fish to jump out of the ocean to feed you.
Yeah. This is one advice that I always hold until today is from my mom. If you feed someone a fish today, right, you feed for a day.
Okay.
But if you teach them how to fish, you feed for a lifetime.
Yep.
So there's a very, very principle that I hold, and I will pass it on to every student of mine and my generation.
It's not so much about the content alone that we should be teaching, but it's more about skills to use the content beyond school and for the rest of their life so that they can pursue fulfilling careers and make a meaning out of their lives in that sense. What other skills did you realize you had to acquire to be the furniture maker that you are today?
The weirdest one was feng shui, because I had to design an artisan piece that he's a Chinese historian. So I need to convince him how good I am, right? That I had to read up about feng shui, and I seek advice from feng shui masters also. And the measurements that I picked for him was actually according to a good vibes of feng shui. He was so impressed by the extra mile that I took. And it was really remarkable experience to learn all this also. Other things that I've gone through was to actually learn design softwares, right, such as SketchUp, rendering, Rhino, and so on. I did learn to build my own website.
Wow, okay.
The first picture, it took me 4 hours just to pin one photos on my website. And it was hell.
Self-taught.
Self-taught.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's the problem with self-taught. You trial and error too much and then you get confused. Knowledge is too broad sometimes, right? So you really need proper guidance sometimes.
How about dabbling in social media? Was that something you had to learn as well?
Definitely. You need to understand the algorithm, how it works also. Internet is so broad. So you need to understand how it works also, which is the SEO for Google Analytics to capture your name of the brands or the name of the products that you are going to go for. Justice Ruben came to the shop and bought a chair because he Googled for handmade solid wood chairs.
Okay.
So I have never thought I would have a justice who came to the shop. And I was so impressed, and I asked him, how do you get to find me? Actually, I Googled you.
That's very interesting to learn. Ahmad, just now when I was staining the wood, we heard you talk about how you worked with your partners, stakeholders, and even your clients. So in terms of collaboration, what are 3 principles that you abide by when you think about collaborating with these different sections or sectors of people?
Key principles of collaboration is about listening. You have to understand what are their needs, listening to their concerns,
Right.
and have it with humility, because we do not know what they go through. And if they want to spend this much money, how will we make it valuable for them?
Right.
Right. So listen is the one key factor. Number 2 is show professionalism. I only have my integrity. Third one will be true to yourself. Every single project is whether this is my last, I will give my 100%.
Right. There is that agreement that you have with the other party, and you just want to honor that agreement, right?
Yeah.
So being true to yourself with that integrity. And I like that key point that you made right at the start about listening. It's in fact a skill. It's not just about being present, but about being able to connect with the other person's perspective, understanding where the person is coming from, and then checking to see if that's truly what you can deliver and being true to yourself. In that
Exactly.
sense. This is the power of collaboration. When craftsmen come together, share their knowledge, and inspire each other, amazing things can happen. Ahmad's commitment to collaboration is a testament to the idea that together we can achieve far more than we ever could alone. At this juncture, Ahmad, we talked about where you came from, how you started Urban Salvation. We'd like to now know what's next for Urban Salvation.
We actually are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. We kind of bring up a new business model also. It's much more easy for people to customize with us. As you can see, this is the new setup where we have choices of table legs, consoles or sofa legs, right?
Okay.
And
Wow.
also CMF table, we call it color, material, and finishing, where people get the options to choose from and touch and feel, right? How the material looks like, the type of wood that they are using, the color that they're using, right? And the kind of accessories that they can go with. We have brass handles, brass knobs, we have marble, we have terrazzo, we have synthetics, We have rattans, French wickers, leather, and so on, to actually make them feel that they have freedom
It's
to
a whole
design
suite.
together with me.
It's more intense an option than a Sunday brunch at the Ritz-Carlton.
Yes, it is, definitely.
Wow, okay.
So we try to be much more transparent in our approach. Other than their own professions, they learn new things from over here. And maybe it will be the next passion to try and DIY themselves.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
That's really powerful, because I'm seeing and I'm hearing from you that it's not so much just about a mix and match, but also why I choose what I want to mix and match.
Yeah.
That education, I guess that's also one of the ways to get them into that whole idea of appreciating sustainability, right?
To incorporate new innovative material. One specialty is actually trying to infuse recycled plastic. As you can see here, this is actually recycled plastic that we are trying to get.
It's light. It's very light.
Yes.
And the shape of it, it's quite
the color
malleable,
that you can rebuild from recycled bottles, recycled plastic, and make into boards and panelings. That is going to be very futuristic, very pop culture, very modern, postmodern kind of work that involves more sustainability approach.
So you're telling me that this is made from whatever I put in my blue recycle bin that's downstairs?
Yes,
my
it
block?
is.
Yeah, I can see now what it means to be sustainable, where what we put out can be reused in a more productive way. And in your case, it's creative and contemporary as well.
Yes.
Yep.
I recently came back from Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Mecca, the Gulf area. It's going to be a bigger market, right? As a Singaporean, we are accustomed to small population. But I think to bring Singapore brand overseas and expand to the Gulf area, I did go to some exhibition and learn, such as the Big Five. When I went to Medina, I get to meet people from Yambo, people from Medina, people from Jeddah. So I get to learn their culture and I get to try their desserts also. Don't mess with Saudi's dessert. It's marvelous.
I heard quite a lot about that.
Yeah.
It's interesting you just said that, because it also tells us about the importance of global awareness, civic literacies. That's also another area where our teachers are focusing on to help our students appreciate the logic that the world is larger than just Singapore. The world is larger than just ASEAN. And you're just proving the point that there are opportunities out there, but you've got to be prepared to know the culture, to learn the culture.
It's an open mind. Number one is to learn to be open to learning people's language and be prepared to learn. Before you actually go to their country, learn a few words of appreciation.
That's so much of this spirit of learning, right?
Yes.
You're talking about. Yeah. So I also heard somewhere that you're planning to, or you hope to, that's this dream, to start a school. Tell us a little bit about that.
So basically we are really, I just submitted my proposal to actually do furniture or woodworking class in Temasek Poly.
Right.
We tried to do on our own, but it's really, really hard with the insurance, with the red tapes. So what we did was we actually go through proper channels and try approach schools whether they're interested. It's just that we need to find ways to make it affordable, because it's going to be a hobby kind of course. Eventually, it will become a career, because once they get the gratification that they complete the project, it will go just like how I did. First, it was a shelf, and it was a coffee table. Now it become a business. Yeah.
I've heard so much from you, and I've really learned a lot. And I thought that at this juncture, I'd like to ask you for that one final key message that you'd like to pass on to the people out there.
Wow, very, very tough responsibility giving me. So I would say for teachers, keep doing what you're doing. You guys are doing really, really well. Be patient. You're building a nation. Believe in what you're doing, because you are doing a really, really noble job, right? For parents, I would say take this opportunity to learn the outcome of my life story. Nurture your kids to be more compassionate, humility, integrity. You are a steward to his life journey. Let him explore, let him adventure the world, because it's always evolving. Now it's AI generation. We're gonna have an age gap. we need to be more adaptive, more agile in our approach with the kids, and be more physically active for them also. For students, be patient. Don't be young and naive. I've gone through a lot of that phase. Even in my 20s, I still go through that phase. So enjoy life. Be involved in the adventure of life. Learn new skills, learn new tricks, try new experiments. Find good friends to do a hobby together. Try entrepreneurship at a young age. Be involved with finding good mentors that can guide you through life journeys. Mentors that can give you great advice. Believe in the happiness of life. Enjoy life itself and grow from it.
That's well said. We've learned so much today, Ahmad. Thank you so much for your time, for opening up to us, and for giving us the opportunity to learn from you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Derek.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Cheers, guys.
And just in a bit more. Okay, sleep. Come.
Interview 3, scene 16 to 19.